Hi guys, thank you for watching The Royal We. My name is Kevin. In this video, I want to talk to you about the biggest change that you will experience coming out of narcissistic abuse. I want to help you to understand how to process this change that's taking place, and I want to share with you some specific instructions that you and I have already been given on how to move forward with this change. So don't go anywhere, guys. We've got a lot to talk about right here on The Royal We. All right, guys, so about a week ago, I uploaded a video talking about the pain of loneliness coming out of narcissistic abuse. And I talk about how the pain of loneliness is a subjective, negative emotional response. It has nothing to do with being alone. It has nothing to do with being by yourself. The pain of loneliness is there to try to get you to do something, to try to get you to recognize an issue and try to get you to move. What's it trying to get you to move towards? Trying to get you to move towards a place where you can be alone, where you can be by yourself. Why is it important to spend time in solitude, guys, coming out of narcissistic abuse? Because it's an opportunity through prayer and through meditation to reconnect with yourself, to re-love yourself, to regain your values, your morals, your principles, your integrity, everything that you lost in toxic relationships. So you've been spending time in solitude, you've been spending time alone, and you've been reconnecting with yourself and your truth. Now is when you're going to experience the biggest change coming out of narcissistic abuse. The biggest change that's taking place in your life as a result of narcissistic abuse has everything to do with the fact that your eyes are now opened to the reality of the world that you live in, that you are surrounded by narcissism everywhere you go. Every time you go out, it's like going out in the rain. You can only handle it for short periods of time because you're getting wet. Now your eyes are opened to the reality that this is what we are dealing with. And so now what do we do about it? What are the instructions that are given to us? I'm going to read this passage from the greatest teacher that ever was, that tells us exactly how to go back into the world and be able to socialize. It says in Matthew 10:16, "Behold, I send you out as sheep amidst the wolves." A lot of people misinterpret this as a message pertaining to weakness versus strength. It is not a message of weakness versus strength. No, guys, it's a message and a teaching that is referring to what's valuable versus what's not valuable. Let's consider for a moment what a sheep is. What are sheep good for, guys? Sheep provide food, milk, and clothing. Sheep wool is the most widely used fiber for clothing. So what is a sheep good for? To nourish people and to keep people warm. And guess what? That's a good representation of you and your love and your compassion and your empathy and who you are. You're there to nourish people and to keep people warm. This is why that's an important thing to understand. Now, what's a wolf? What's a wolf good for? So what's the instructions? It says to be as shrewd as a serpent, but innocent as a dove. That's the very next line in the teaching. Being shrewd means that you are cunning, aware, you're discerning, your eyes are opened. You're 10 steps ahead of everybody around you through your discernment. You see through the charm. You see through the vain, flattering words of charismatic people. You don't buy into it. You don't buy into the flattery and the charm of people. You see through it. You're 20 steps ahead, knowing what they want. That's being shrewd. You're discerning, and you're able to get out of the situation. That's your instruction. Learn shrewdness, learn to trust your gut, and learn to trust your discernment. Be aware at all times, scan your environments, know who's who and who's what. Use the discernment you have. Use the empath abilities to feel the emotions and know where to stay away, where your help is needed, what not to get involved in. That's being as shrewd as a serpent. Innocent as a dove means don't go looking for trouble. One of the mottos of the royal we is narcissistic abuse is a result of being with people you have no business being with, doing things you have no business doing, going places you have no business going. This is not in line with what it says here to be as innocent as a dove, right? We've got to stop going to these places, stop taking the invitations to these places and with people we have no business being with. Now, if you follow these instructions, guys, you will be able to go out into the world. You'll be able to transition back into relationships, into social settings with your purpose in hand, with your goal in mind to be giving, loving, and kind, and not get involved, and you don't have to be scared. Guys, this video is not about being fearful. It's not about being paranoid to go out into the world. It's about understanding these instructions so that you can go out, form relationships. So long as you follow these instructions, be aware constantly of what's going on and who wants what around you. Identify the wolves.